4 event.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to keep things moving here out on the Cooper River for you. So this is the Men's Club Varsity 4. In lane 1, Rhode Island. Lane 2, Pittsburgh. Lane 3, Lafayette. Lane 4, Stockton. Lane 5, Vermont. And lane 6, Merrimack. And as soon as we can get some margins for you, we certainly will, as they are coming down the course at blistering speeds here. And it looks like we have almost all boats still connected, but we will give you some margins as soon as we have a better view on the course.
Yeah, it looks pretty close here so far just from this angle. Obviously, there's definitely some differences, but I do think Lafayette and Stockton here in lanes 3 and 4, and you can see a little bit better from this angle on the ground here. It does look like this Lafayette boat has gone out in first place to get things started here. And I will just look here quickly for the results from the time trial yesterday. Lafayette, your lane 3 boat, did have the fastest time by far in the time trials, winning the time trial by about 20 seconds yesterday. And then in their semifinal, beating the boat from Vermont, who finished second by about 14 seconds. Their time was around 7:03. Looking at that semifinal number 2, winning time was around 7:14 from Stockton. So Stockton winning over Pittsburgh by about 6 seconds. So Lafayette and Stockton out in front early, no surprise given the results in the semifinal. But we'll look to see, again, Lafayette's been fairly dominant so far in both the time trial and the semifinal. Stockton right now putting up a pretty good fight in lane 4 there, staying pretty close, although you can see here it is about a 3 to 4 seat lead for Lafayette over the next 1,000 meters as they, go through the middle portion of this race. It'll be interesting to see if Lafayette continues to press open that lead.
Yeah, you are absolutely right about that. And here we are looking at lanes 3 and 4. That is Lafayette and Stockton in quite a battle going on here. It looks like Stockton's bow deck is still overlapped here with Lafayette, and we have them rowing at about a 34-35 as they come across the 1,000-meter mark now. And we will see if Lafayette starts to make a move to try to push away from Stockton as they come out of the 1,000. It looks like they're making a little bit of a steering correction here, getting away from that starboard side buoy line, getting back to the center of that lane, and didn't seem to be costing them because I think they brought the rate up as I speak just a little bit to try to break away from Stockton, and that worked, I have to say. That was actually a very impressive move. As they were trying to get back into the center of their lane, they also picked the rate up and started walking away from Stockton and the rest of the field.
Yeah, this is an impressive race from this Lafayette boat. Clearly they knew in the first 1,000 meters, hey, let's do our best to get out to a lead, but we don't necessarily need to go all out in that first 1K. And now as they hit the 1,000 meter mark, Coxon clearly called for a move right before they got there, and just to prepare them for this last 1,000 meters. Rowers, a lot of times over the course of 2,000 meters, we can break it down into 1,000 meters, half of the race, and also then further into 500, 250, sometimes even 100 meters at a time, especially when you're looking at the rowing machine screen right in front of your face. Obviously, on the race course, you don't have that. The coxswain is there to try and let you know, hey, we're at 1,100 meters left to go here. Let's take a quick 10 to get through this next 100 to set us up for a dominant back half of the race. And I believe that that's what's going on in this Lafayette boat.
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky because we don't actually know what the race plan is for every one of these crews. And again, we mentioned this a little bit yesterday, but some crews will choose to make a move at the 500 mark. So the 500, perhaps the 1,000-meter mark, take a bigger move, and then the 500 kind of setting them up for that sprint. And some crews will move in the middle, so about the 750-meter mark or the 1,250-meter mark. But we don't know exactly what everybody's race plan is, so we don't know if they're executing part of their plan here or if this is a response to the race, and this is a smart move from the coxswain trying to break away from the rest of the field. So we don't know if this is planned or unplanned, but either way, it's definitely working.
Yeah, 500 meters left to go here, and again, that third 500 for Lafayette just totally dominant. Clearly a race emphasis for them there to dominate that third portion of the race, either on the fly or beforehand here. And you can see it's paying off dividends. They're going to win this one walking away. And we'll have to take a look back here. Again, it seems like our drones have been grounded at the moment. As winds pick up, we're going to try and get those charged up to try and bring you back those really beautiful shots we get. But in the meantime, we will work with our ground cameras here. And you can see 250 meters left to go for our leaders. Lafayette looks like second place still belongs to that lane 4 Stockton boat. And then I think that race for third place currently exists between Vermont and Pitt. Maybe give the edge to our lane 5 Vermont Catamounts.
Yeah, you're right about that. We have our drones benched, but we have Lafayette stepping up to the plate, doing a great job here in the last 150 meters or so at most. Again, as soon as we get a better camera angle here, we will give you those margins. But right now it is Lafayette that is walking away from the rest of the field, again, with the rest of the race shaping up to be quite exciting behind them. So I think we have a clear, commanding lead here from Lafayette about to cross that finish line. You can see these guys sitting up a little bit taller, punching the hips a little bit more. The rates coming up, that coxswain sitting up, looking towards that finish line. So strong finish from Lafayette as we look towards the rest of the field just behind them. And again, as soon as they pop onto our screen, we will give you those margins. But looks like lane 4, that is going to be Stockton, followed by a very close race here, Vermont and Pittsburgh in lane 2.
Yeah, nice race by Vermont there. It looked like they had the edge. I wonder if Pittsburgh didn't give them a run at the end as URI finishes in 5th place there. And Merrimack in lane 6 will finish in 6th. And there they are, not too far behind here, finishing up in 6th place. So nice finish there for our men's club varsity 4 event. Again, Lafayette, just a really dominant weekend for them here in this event. You can see they're winning